We have seen some basic effects like transform, distort and crop. Apart from these three, we have many other built-in superb effects that are available in FCP. So let's see where are they located and how they can be inserted. It's very easy. The built-in effects can be located here. You have this viewer button. Just below the viewer button there is a button over here. This will open up the built-in effects. I'm going to click on it. Okay, now you can see that the effects is shown up here, and underneath effects there are some subcategories where you can browse through all the effects. So now I click on this 360, and if you skim through each of this effect, you can see the effect that's going to apply to your video. Now I'm going to the next one, that's called basics, and if I skim through it, I see that the color is changing. And if I wanted to insert a time code, do you see the time code is also displayed? Because sometimes you may need it. And then if you come down, next is blur. So this will blur the image. And of course you can decrease or increase the intensity of this blur, and you can point out to particular location and blur it. Here is the mask. If you wanted to mask an area, you can do that. So I'm not going to the other items, so you can try and you can go to each of this and you can apply the effect. So now I'm going to insert one effect over here. This is the clip that I wanted. So I make sure that the clip is selected, and if I click on this and if I wanted to apply this effect, I just need to double tap on it so that the effect is applied. So when you play the image, it's going to be like this. Okay, or you can drag and drop, it's up to you. So that's how you add an effect to your video. And at any point of time, if you are interested in one particular effect and if you wanted to use that effect continuously in your project, you can make that as a default one, and with a keyboard shortcut you can always insert it onto your timeline. So this is how you're going to do that. You just need to right click on this effect that you want, and then there is an option called make it as a default one. So I select it, and whenever I am in any point of the timeline, if I wanted to insert that, I can just press on option E. I'm going to hit on option E. When I press option E, this you can see that in the inspector window that particular effect is applied on your video. If you play, you can see that. You see the effect that is applied. So these are some cool built-in effect that is available for you to work in FCP. Once after applying the effect, you can take control of it and adjust its settings. As always, we go to the inspector window for doing that. Here is the inspector window, and look at the effect that we have applied. This is the effect. If you disable it, you can see the changes. I'm going to enable it back. And the first one is an intensity or amount of application. You can just control it like this. And below there are right, left, and the inclination, the angle of settings, all can be controlled here. Okay, these are some of the settings available in the inspector window. I'm going to close the inspector window now. And the next option to adjust your effect is the video animation editor. So that is by just clicking on Control V. I'm just going to press on Control V. So immediately the video animation editor will appear. In video animation editor, you need to locate the effect that you have added or that you wanted to adjust. The first one is the effect that we have added. And here if you have a drop down menu, you can take control of individual items over here. How are you going to change it? There's a small button over here. You click on it and then just go up, and here is a slider where you can adjust the effect. You see the changes that's applying when I move this up and down. So similar way you can take control of each of this item. So you can decide which one you want to use for adjusting the effect.